Let's Nightfall, episode 37, and this week's Nightfall is the Fallen Saber. Pretty easy solo this week, guys. The modifiers are Epic, Solar Burn, Small Arms, Fresh Troop, and Exposure. So when you first come to the Warsat, make sure to pop a pack. You're going to want to have some heavy just in case. As far as setups go, if you have a solar primary, guys, rock a solar primary. You're going to absolutely melt everything moving this week. If you don't have a solar primary, no worries, guys. Just use whatever your favorite one is and then have Galahorn on as your exotic. And then secondary-wise, everybody rock a solar sniper, whatever your favorite one is. Subclasses, rock those solar subclasses. Warlocks, I would do double solar nades if you have access to the Sunbreakers. Titans, if you got Armatarium, do double nades as well with the Simmering Flames perk. And the second nade, the Thermite nades, those wreck, or you could do fusions, whatever you want to do. And then Hunters rock Golden Gun. So we're starting up here on the left-hand side of the hill. Use the Warsat for cover. Your initial spawn is going to be 3 snipers. As you see, I've taken out 2. There's the third one. Along with the third sniper, you are also going to have a captain. And as you see with a solar primary, you are going to absolutely eat through these enemies. Anything solar. Solar nade, solar sniper, solar heavy. You got Galahorn if you don't have a primary. Again, it's totally fine if you don't have a solar primary this week. Small Arms is still going to wreck regardless. So this is the second wave, and I've taken out 3 Vandals, but there's a 4th one, and he likes to wrap around on your left, so be aware of that. There will also be a captain, as you see the captain right there. I'm looking for him. There's the 4th Vandal sniper, so just be aware of that. And around the time you take out the second wave, the third wave will already be inbound. And again, it's going to be 4 snipers and a captain. Be aware of the snipers working around to your left. And just use the Warsat, guys. Play peekaboo. Pop out, do a couple shots, get back behind the Warsat. Use that to your advantage for these waves that are on the top of the hill. Next, after those 3 waves, then the waves are going to transition to the bottom of the hill where the wizard is at right now. Don't worry, no ads are going to be coming from your left. They're all going to be spawning down here in this same area. You're going to have some wizards, you're going to have some captains. Nothing too difficult, nothing too overwhelming. Try to save your rockets, though, for these ads, as there will be a couple majors. There will be a major wizard and 2 major captains that spawn with this bottom of the hill wave. They will be the last part of it. So I believe they should be coming in right now. And there she is. There's the major wizard. And then you will also have the 2 major captains. They like to spawn and come to these rocks on my left. So all the other enemies have been pooling in front of me. There they are right there. So try to save your rockets. If you don't have a solar primary, save your Galahorn for these 3 enemies. Save your super for these 3 enemies if you can hold on to it. As you see, I'm going to use my super now. Save your grenades. Warlocks, do your solar nades, pop them up there on the rock or pop them down there in the little spawn area. Once you clear out those waves, now we are going back up the hill and you're going to have enemies spawning behind the heavy ammo box. You're going to have wizards and you're going to have shadow thrall. You're going to have a wizard spawn and then you're going to have a sniper spawn. Then you're going to have a wizard spawn, then you're going to have a sniper spawn, and it will rinse and repeat until you are done building the Warsat. But as you see, guys, it's very, very easy with Solar Burn on this week. I'm going to fast forward here, guys, just to be able to make out what I'm doing. Just using rockets, grenades, and my primary to take out these ads as they come in, basically one at a time. It will not be overwhelming. So there we go. We've built the Warsat. Hopefully this game spawns you those boxes right there so you can get your heavy ammo and special back, just in case you did end up burning through it. So here we go. We're making our way through the cave, and now we are on to the next area. For this next area, you can do all your damage from all the way back here in the tube. You will need to push up into the room about 5 feet for these enemies to spawn, but once they do, back on up. We're going to do the entire room from this back little hallway. If we get in trouble, I'm going to back way up and these doors will close. No ads will push through this door. So you'll have an initial wave that comes in where you'll have some fallen snipers. Be careful, they do solar damage, so just make sure you're zigzagging back and forth. And then you will have the second wave, which is a couple tortured knights and also a tortured wizard. Again, you see the doors closed, there's shots. So I'm taking some damage, fall back. Fall back and hang out. Maybe you need to wait for a pack. Maybe you want to wait for your super or your grenades so you can push out with the nades. There's the wizard in the back right there. And as you see, guys, I'm just pulling up, opening the door, floating a rocket, backing up, back pedal up. You see how they're spamming the door? Let them spam the door for a couple seconds, then they will stop. Once they stop spamming the door, let's move back up. That way, when we're opening the door, they're not already pre-firing on it. So do all your damage from this back hallway. It's your little safe haven. Don't push into the room. There's no need to. Kill everything from super duper deep. Now I have my super, so I'm going to push up a little bit, check what I have left. We took out the captain, then we just took out that solar knight. Now the coolant vent is exposed. Now you might have a lingering thrall or two, but once the coolant vent is exposed, that lets you know that you've taken out all the kind of dangerous enemies. Here's some lingering thrall right there. After you clear out the enemies, then go chuck your nade down through the little cooling vent so it can blow up that little glass compartment. Look for some ammo. Hopefully the game gives you a little heavy ammo box in here just so you can replenish your rockets. After doing the cooling vent, you'll have these two little sniper shanks that come out of the two little openings. I'm going to do another fast forward here real quick, guys. You're not missing anything. Just going to pop this heavy ammo box. So once we get to this next area, the little Sith Lord hallway, whatever the heck we want to call it, we want to be very, very careful because if you die here, you're going to have to go and do the previous room that we just did. So what we're going to do is you're going to take out those ads first and then cautiously move up. With exposure on, you got to be careful if you are low health. You just got to time these suckers up and move up to the next little open spaces. So this is where we're going to cross over when we do make our run though. We're going to cross over right here. And this hallway is all about timing. We're going to be making our run in the outside lane, which is the lane to my left currently, the way I'm looking. So we're going to grab this orb as this closest stream is passing us, and we're going to move to the outside lane and try to be on the heels of that outside stream. I'm talking right behind it. It's all about timing. As long as you time this up well, you won't have to worry about the shanks. So we're going to wait for that to pass us. Then we're going to grab the orb. So here we go. Wait for it to pass us. Pass us. Now we're grabbing the orb. We're moving immediately to the outside lane. That was a little slow, but perfectly fine. And we're just following this outside lane, and we're cutting over our second left right here. Cut over. If you time it up correctly, you won't have to worry about the shanks. Then we're putting in the orb and then just fall behind this little railing. The shanks will not push up on you. They will stop where you just saw me shoot that shank right there. The hallway is all about timing, guys. Make sure you wait for that closest stream to pass you. Then grab the orb and move with some urgency. Get to that outside lane, follow that stream, and then you're taking your second left. So here we go. Now we are on to the next area. Warlocks, if you have your self-res, if you're rocking self-res, I would just clear out kind of these initial little few enemies that are in the front of the door and then make your run. Hug the left side of the room. If you die, just pop res and continue your run. Titans and Hunters. Hunters, you could go invis with Blade Dancer if you want to, but I didn't really feel like switching, but you can if you want to just run past this part. I was just kind of like, whatever, I will try and kill these enemies. So you have a wizard that is in the way far right of that next room. That's why you see these little shadow thrall moving their way down. So I used my golden gun to take out the other problem enemy of this room, which was that major captain. So I have the major captain down. You're going to have more scions that spawn. As you see, I'm taking them out right now from deep. And I'm just trying to clear out this doorway so I can peek in the room and float some rockets at this stupid wizard that is continuously spawning these shadow thrall as I'm almost dying here. Taking myself to an absolute sliv. Should have just switched to Blade Dancer at this point, but whatever. You will also have a couple snipers. As you see, I took out the little vandals right there. The wizard is in that back right-hand corner. She isn't poking her head out yet, but she will if you make your presence known in the room. Warlocks and Titans, you know, you got double nades. There she is right there. I'm trying to squeeze a rocket through as it's hitting all the thrall that she is spawning. But like I was saying, Warlocks and Titans, you know, you could use your double nades. So here we go. I'm going to try to use my golden gun to take her out. As you see, there's some more shadow thrall. There's a little vandal I'm looking for. So this is the left-hand side if you want to make this run. There she is as I choke. And I almost die. Choking golden gun shots left and right. But you saw that left hand in? That's where you want to make your run if you're going to try to make your run. So if you're going to make the run, just make sure you use that left-hand side. And be careful with this wizard, guys, because she does do solar damage. As you see, she hit me like once or twice and almost killed me. We almost got her. So there we go. We took out the stupid wizard 8 minutes later. But hug this left side. That's where you would make your run. Now this next room, regardless you're running by, do not waste any of your time shooting these enemies. It's a very easy run by, whereas that previous room can be a little bit harder to run by this week with exposure on and with solar burn on and just the amount of enemies. But this next area, we're running past this trash. Now Hunters, you saw that I switched to Celestial Nighthawk. If you have access to Celestial Nighthawk, switch to it now before the boss. We're going to be using that for the boss. Now the boss has 3 stages if you're totally unfamiliar with this strike. First stage is Solar, second stage is Void, third stage is Arc. The first stage, Solar, will be the dangerous one this week because of Solar Burn. And I died on my first attempt at the boss. I got wrecked by his solar shot. So again, we got to be careful with his solar shot. So you're going to have to take out 2 servitors before the boss spawns. You'll have one on the right side of the room and one on the left side of the room. For his first phase, we will be doing all of our damage from this side of the room. Once he transitions to second phase, we will rotate to the left side of the room. And third phase, we will stay on the left-hand end as well. So use this little cover. You see this little shelf stack to my left. That's going to be the cover that we're going to be using. And make sure you're crouching, you're popping in and out of cover with the boss when he's on his first stage. So it takes him a little bit to rev that shot up, and he will not start revving it up until he sees you. So make sure that you're dipping in and out of cover, and if you can stun him with your solar sniper, as you see he's kicking back, that will stop his shot as well. But you see there, it just zipped past me. So you don't want that to hit you. With solar burn on, that will absolutely wreck. So he's going to call in some waves of adds, some reinforcements. But don't forget about the boss. So try to dwindle down the adds as they're coming, but make sure you have an idea of where the boss is at. So you'll have turret shanks for this first wave and servitors. The servitors are the trouble enemy for the first 2 waves. So here we go. I'll use my Celestial Nighthawk. Now he's transitioning to his second phase, his void phase. When he's transitioning, guys, now we're moving. We're moving to the left-hand end of the room as this cover is popping up right now, and we're going to come to this back little vertical wall, the third one. Come to the back. Now take out any turret shanks that might be lingering, but for the second wave you're going to have exploder shanks and servitors. Again, servitors are the trouble enemies. The shanks are actually really friendly and nice, and they're not really going to come up to you. As you see, you'll have some shanks spawn behind you, but a lot of the times they'll just stay where that guy's at right now, or they will avoid you at all costs, which you'll see here in a second. But you got to be careful about those servitors as they wreck. So the shanks, they'll just kind of move and mosey on to the right side. You'll see here, right here, that's the one that was coming behind me. And you see how he's just avoiding me and he's trying to go over near like the heavy ammo box? That's where they will pool to. Now just dwindle down the adds, guys, and then use your primary sniper and rockets to do damage on the boss. Hunters, you're just going to use your golden gun, Celestial Nighthawk, either or. That's going to help you really move through these phases fairly quickly. So Titans and Warlocks, it will take you a little bit longer, not much, to get to this third phase. Now he's on third phase. Once he's in his third phase, come right here and crouch. You're moving literally 2 feet from where you were on the second phase. Now this is a little spot that will be safe from the boss, but you are not safe from the third wave enemies, which are sniper shanks. You need to take these guys out. So you'll have sniper shanks come out of the pool right there, and then you need to take that sniper shank out on the far right and mosey on out and take that sniper shank out. Those are the sniper shanks that can hit you from this spot. And then now simply turn around and do damage on boss. If he has a little message pop up saying reinforcements are inbound, then flip back around. The shanks will spawn in the same spots and focus on taking out the shanks, then going back to do damage on boss. And there you have it. We've done it. You've done it. Very easy solo this week, so if you are under light, get in here and give it a try. So again, for the boss fight, guys, first phase is the dangerous one because of solar burn. Make sure you're using the cover and crouching, and playing peekaboo with him. Don't be lingering too long. Once the ads spawn in, don't lose sight of the boss because he will be actively trying to hit you still. Once he goes to his second phase, you're rotating over to the left-hand end of the room. Go to the third wall barrier that I showed you. Take out the exploder shanks, focus on servitors as they can be dangerous, then do damage on boss when you have an opportunity. Once he transitions to his third phase, arc phase, then you're rotating to that little spot, take out the sniper shanks, flip a 180, do damage on boss, rinse and repeat. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it helps you get it done this week, guys. Have a good one. See ya.